great pleasure joining you for this situation. There's somebody who hasn't been recognized for his part in it. For 3 years now, we've been acknowledging this person on stage, but now it's sort of different because he, in truth, is really the fourth member of the group. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Richard Kniss.
It's green stuff, chopped up diced green stuff.
Hello, everybody. Diane, Richard, John, and Pete would like to welcome you and thank you all for coming to celebrate the life of their husband and father, Dick Kniss. The bass-playing, Scrabble-loving, crossword puzzler, joke-telling, jazz aficionado, golfer dude that we all knew and loved. Today, we celebrate Dick's life and his wonderful spirit, who he was and what his life meant to each of us. It's been written that to everything there is a season. There is a time for everything under the sun. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to laugh and a time to cry. A time to dance and a time to mourn. A time to seek and a time to let go. Now is the time that we remember and celebrate Dick, whose presence gave meaning to each of our lives in one way or another. This is the time to remember the happiness that came from his love and friendship. When you remember Dick, it means you have carried something of who he was with you, and that he has left some mark of who he was on who you are. It means that you can summon him back to your mind again, that you can see his face and hear his voice and speak to him in your heart. If we remember and are remembered, life endures, meaning reigns, hope perseveres, and in that remembering, we will keep alive Dick's smiles, his humors, his idiosyncrasies, his life. So Dick, this party is for you, man. We love you.
Good afternoon. I'm Kevin Roth, and I'm very honored and humbled to be here with my dulcimer. I was asked to say a few words before I sing the song, and I will tell you briefly, because I'd like the song to speak mostly for me. I'm one of the graduates of the University of Peter, Paul, and Mary. And of those 4 professors, because they always said that they had a 4th member, I was a very young boy. In fact, I was 10, and the tickets were $2.75 way up in the balcony to see them in Philadelphia. I first remembered seeing Dick as a young boy when Mary walked over and leaned on his shoulders, and I thought, does Peter and Paul know about this guy? And through the years, as fate would call, I eventually got my own career and my own records, and these stars became mentors and friends to me, which I'm incredibly grateful for. So one day, I called Noel and I said, I need a bass player for a tour. Do you know anyone? And he said, well, there's Dick Kniss. And it never dawned on me to even think about that, you know? So I called Dick and I met Diane, and Dick came to Florida where I lived, and we did a short rehearsal. And then I said, you know, the agent who booked this tour is supplying the transportation, and we don't have a van, so you can't bring your bass fiddle. Can you play the bass guitar? And he said, no. He said, but I have an electric upright stick bass, and that should fit in the back of the car. And so we went on the road together for, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks. There were 6 shows a night, and there was 4 to 6 hours of driving between them. And at every concert, at one point or another, Dick would just drop out. You just wouldn't hear his bass. And then he would be on, I'd look over and he'd be jiggling a wire to get this thing to work, growling. He had a very sweet growl. But we had a lot of time to talk in the car. Sometimes there was 4 to 6 hours between dates. And he brought marvelous CDs with him, introducing me to music like Slim Slam and Miles Davis. And we spoke a lot about the music business, and that's where this song comes in. And it got me thinking a few months ago why we do what we do as musicians or artists. What, is it a chosen field? Is it a calling? Is it a combination of the two? And what we leave this planet when we exit. And I was very grateful, and it was a lot of fun to be with him. He was quite the character. And there are many little Dick Kniss stories that I have just from 3 weeks, let alone all of the rest of you who knew him for very. I remember calling Diane a couple times on the road and saying, "Do you know what your husband just said to me?" So this is for Dick and for all of us who have that Dick Kniss, John Denver, Peter Paul, Mary DNA in us all. What I'm gonna leave you when I'm gone are the words and the music to this song. You only spend a bit of time. I hope you're gonna keep my song in mind. What you're gonna leave me when you go is the stories I have, the pleasure I've known. Through song and hope, feelings grow even when I'm long gone. It's a gift to make sweet strings sing, it's a gift, weaving words that bring so many thoughts, so many feelings into simple songs. I'm a troubadour and I try to be true. I do what I like what I do, and I hope I found a home in you, even when I'm long gone. Here's to the song storytellers tell. Here's to the listener who believes. Here's to the tune sticks in your mind after you heard it just a few times. Some songs say what you feel all along. Feelings are clear, you know they belong to both of us now as I'm traveling on, even when I'm long gone. It's a gift to make sweet strings sing, it's a gift weaving words together that bring so many thoughts, so many feelings into a simple song. As a troubadour, I try to be true, I do what I like what I do, and I hope I found a home in you, even when I'm long gone. What I'm gonna leave you when I'm gone, the words and the music in these songs. Take what you need, I'm moving on, even when I'm long gone. I'll remember you like a chorus I've known deep in my heart, where all this has grown through love and verse, even in song, even when I'm long gone. It's a gift to make sweet strings sing, it's a gift weaving words together that bring so many thoughts, so many feelings to a simple song. As a troubadour, I like to be true, I do what I like what I do, and I hope I found a home in you, even when I'm long gone. It's a gift to make sweet strings sing, it's a gift weaving words together that brings so many thoughts, so many feelings into simple songs. As a troubadour, he tried to be true, he did what he liked what he do, and I know he found a home in you, even though he's long gone, even when we're long gone.
There we go. My name is John Summers. I lived in Aspen, Colorado for about 41 years. I've just relocated to Van Nuys, California. And I am so completely honored to be a part of this celebration for my good friend Dick Kniss. Uncle Dick is what I always called him. And I've been so fortunate to have a musical career as long as I have, and one of my biggest blessings has been able to play with some great musicians, and of course one of those is Dick. We had a great time when we worked in John Denver's band, and so we're going to try a song here. Would you guys help us? Is it time to... Okay, that's it. That sounded... I recognize that clap there. Diane, all right. This is called Thank God I'm a Country Boy. We're going to dedicate this to Uncle Dick, and help us out. Well, life on the farm is kind of laid back, but you know country boy to me can't hack. Early to rise, early in the sack. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, the simple God alive, never did me no harm. Raised me family working on a farm. It is a raw field, whether it needs a country job. Thank God I'm a country boy. Everybody. Well, I got me a fine wife, got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. When the work's all done and the sunset low, pull out my fiddle and rise up the ball. Kids are asleep, so we keep it kind of low. Thank God I'm a country boy. I play celebrating all day. If I could, but the Lord and my wife wouldn't be very good. So I fiddle in again, work pretty soon. Thank God I'm a country boy. When I got me a fine wife, got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. I ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I wouldn't turn the life for diamonds or jewels. I never was one of them only hungry fools. I'd rather have my fiddle and my plum and tools. Thank God I'm a country boy. I had a city folk driving in a black limousine. A lot of sad people thinking that's mighty keen. Son, let me tell you exactly what I mean. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I get on the griddle. I ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, my fiddle was the daddy, so the day he died, when he took her by the hand and held me close to his side, he said, live a good life, play my fiddle with pride, and thank God you're a country boy. And my daddy taught me young how to whittle, taught me how to work, play a tune on the fiddle, taught me how to love and how to give just a little. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, got me old fiddle, the sun's coming out, the cakes on the griddle. I ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank you very much. This is a little bit of Sally Gooden. Here we go. Thank you. That's for Dick Kniss. Thank you so much.
What an evening. What an evening. What an evening. Conceivably, the two oldest men on stage tonight. If if Dick were here, we'd be the 3 oldest men on stage.
Diane particularly noted that this song was very appropriate. So, with thoughts of you, Diane, and what you must be feeling. Noel, I have to say that presentation that you did was extraordinarily beautiful. I don't know if I can get a lot closer.
We need to be. Yeah. You bring your vocal mic over, darling, and I'll make the guitar mic more intimate for us.
I'll do that.
Oh.
Hang on.
Yeah? You want to push that in, don't you?
I like it.
You like it?
Yes, I do. We've been married for many years.
We could have just a hair of something in the monitor.
It's going to be there.
It is? Oh,
I
there it
promise
is.
you, yes. Okay, there we go. And you can dump this one. Okay. So, Diane, for you and for the Dick's kids, he was a dreamer of sorts, even though he was a kidder as much as a dreamer. And this is a song about the dreaming part of Dick, because he was always there with heart and soul when there was a cause for which we were playing. And it never was anything but a commitment to using his music to bring us a little forward in the world.
However, quite often we could not find him. He would have wandered off someplace backstage.
Well, apropos of that, I was going to save this for later.
It does relate to the
when
song in a way.
We had a very odd, particular way of exchanging hellos. I would come into a hall and I would say, "Where's my Dick?" And he'd say, "Where's my Peter?" And I won't involve you in some of the more subtle variations of this. But essentially what Noel was saying, I would say, "I've lost my Dick." Because he was there.
The kid ran away with the circus, and now I'm watering elephants. But I sometimes lie awake in the sawdust, dreaming I'm in a suit of light. Late at night in the empty big top, I'm all alone on the high wire. Look, he's working with how to net this time. He's a real death defier. I'm Kiri, always looked out the window, failing tests in geography. But I've seen things far beyond just the schoolyard, distant shores of exotic lands. They're the spires of a Turkish empire. It's 6 months since
someday be lovers. Always held out. That time would tell. Time was talking, but guess I just wasn't listening. No surprise if you know me well. As we're walking toward the train station, there's a whispering rainfall. Across the boulevard, you slip your hand in mine, and in the distance, the train calls. I'm the kid who has this habit of dreaming. Sometimes it gets me in trouble too. But the truth is, I could no more stop dreaming than I could make them all come true. Hello. We can survive in almost any, if we can sing at a World Series with 3/4 of a second delay.
3/4 of a second delay.
We can almost sing
We could almost sing.
in any circumstance, but that's because we're so old. Okay, thanks, Dave.
My name is Rich Manders, and I am Dick's son, and I'm very, very proud to be here. It's been about 25 years ago I first met Dick, and if you look at me, you probably figured out that that's about 20 years into my life that I met him. Madeline and Patrick, can you guys come down for a second? I'd like you to meet Dick's two grandchildren of my four that we have together. So I'm quite overwhelmed to be here with all of you, and it's quite a sight to see all of these people who cared and loved Dick, and I feel very honored and lucky. So this is Madeline and Patrick. Missing here today is two other grandchildren, Jenna, who's 24, and Jenna is living in Ecuador right now, volunteering with a nonprofit out there, so she's following in the footsteps. And Sarah, who's getting married in a couple of weeks and had a giant agenda of things that needed to be done. So I've been very, very honored to know Dick for the last 20 or 25 years of my life, and to have him as part of our life. Every time I think about my time with him and my children's time with him, the thing that always strikes me is how much he's with you when you're talking to him, how every moment, every word that he says and that you say, he's following. Some of my most favorite memories are watching him playing with Patrick and reading comic books and following along, going for walks in the woods and seeing him. And I feel very blessed to have known him and to have his family, especially Diane and Jonathan and Peter, as part of our lives as well, and their extended family. So I didn't have a lot prepared to say other than I'm just overwhelmed by the show of affection that's here, and I'm so proud to have known Dick and to have him as part of our life. It's made a very special part in my heart for all of us. So thank you. You want to say anything? Okay.
Next on this tightly constructed program is a balding entertainer to whom we've already made aged references. But while he gets his instrument and comes out, I am basically just filling time.
I went out there to make sure that everything was good, which is what I have to do with my life. And I am going to sing this song specifically for the children. This is really, really an important song. The part of the inheritance. It was beautiful what Betty said about carrying others with us, and very moved by this, by that, and by the slideshow, which so brought it all so powerfully back. But I just have to say about Dick that sometimes he would come up with a genius kind of, he did crossword puzzles very seriously. And he would sometimes, because of that, I think, come up with some very odd, what we used to, I don't know how he'd characterize it, but if you stick your finger into a bottle of ink, you come up with an inky pinky, right? It's called an inky pinky. But one of his inky pinkies that I just was astonished by how brilliant and absurd it was the Lone Ranger's sidekick in need of a cancer therapy. Kemosabe. That was a Dickism. One of the great challenges to us was when the bass case was locked. There were a lot of things were not possible then. When the bass case, not only didn't we have the bass, but Dick didn't have his stash. And through all those years, he didn't know that I knew. Because I couldn't ruin my relationship by letting him think that for some reason I would be lax in that particular regard. Because there were certain things that we shared on stage that required a certain kind of coherence. And Dick was very much committed to that new point of view of re-examining all the stupidities of the 1950s that we inherited through the lens of his stash. And I must say, there were some wonderful moments. I don't know if Noel will tell you about because it's really scatological, but there was that changing of the sign at the motel that they did. You don't want to hear it unless it comes from Noel's mouth. And if you haven't heard it by the end of the concert, I'll be outside telling it to you. Counterpointed with with that, and Dick's ability to get on a flight that was going to take him to the wrong destination is the sweetest characteristic of Dick, which was he just was moved by anything that was loving, and he was very outspoken in his appreciation. And so I would like to echo that in this song at Diane's. Diane herself is not devoid of humor, I want to tell you. So the two of them were quite a pair. And they will be for quite some time as we incorporate Dick and his heart and his presence in our lives. So for the children and the grandchildren, that was magnificent when the grandchildren came. Here's this song. So you recognize Louie Louie when you hear it. Of the magic dragon lived by the sea, frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Jackie Paper loved that rascal Puff, and bought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Everybody Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Oh, Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Together they would travel on a boat with billowed sails. Jackie kept a lookout perched on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow whene'er they came. Pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out his name for the grandchildren. Puff lived by the sea, frolicked in the autumn mist, the autumn mist in a land called hell. Oh, Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. The dragon lives forever, but not so little girls and boys. Painted wings and giant's rings make way for other toys. One great night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more. Puff, that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along the cherry lane without his lifelong friend. Puff could not be brave, so Puff, that mighty dragon, sadly slipped into his cave. Oh, Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called. He's still with us in the present tense. Puff, the magic dragon, lives by the sea and frolics in the autumn mist in a land called Hanali. Now I'd like to ask somebody who knew Dick all her life to come on stage. We recorded with Dick a series of songs for a collection of traditional songs. This is Bethany Yarrow. My daughter has the same name as me. And what fun in the studio singing these songs. These two are for the kids in very special ways, because this is the ABCs of folk music. All of these are traditional songs, and you're invited to celebrate Dick's life by singing along. And they are all Negro spirituals, and they all resonate with a great sense of history. So we're going to start with This Little Light of Mine down by the riverside, and then I'm on my way. Now when I'm on my way, it'll be call and response. It goes, I'm on my way, and I won't turn back. That was meek, but you'll figure it out. If you'd like to say a word or two about this.
And I've known Dick since I was a little girl. And the Peter, Paul, and Mary family is family. This is my family. And I am going to miss Dick, but those memories are something so special to me and to all of us children and the next generation. And so I just want to sing this for Dick. I loved him very, very much.
Thank you, Bethany. And David, now the sound is terrific, so you can just go and lift the level up in the house significantly, because it's going to be nice and rich and full. And don't worry about the guitars; they're sounding just perfect. Lift them to their ordinary level. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Oh, this little light of mine, and I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, in my brother's heart,
I'm gonna let it.
I'm gonna let it shine, yeah. Oh, in my brother's heart, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, in my brother's heart, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
All around the world,
All around the world,
I'm gonna let it shine.
I'm gonna let it all around the world. I'm gonna let it shine, and all around the world. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Now that you've gotten used to the sound of Bethany's voice, you were just sitting there with your mouths open, I saw it, saying. But now you have to sing. And David, you can bring the overall level up in the house a little bit. This little light, here we go.
I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine. Oh, I'm gonna let it shine for Dick. Oh, this little light of mine. And I'm gonna let it shine.
sword and shield.
Way down, down by the riverside. Down by the riverside.
Way, way down.